Alright guys, this is William Jumping. Welcome to my channel. So in this video I want to talk a little bit about how to add a customized filter. So you can sort of embed the filter functionality with some of the things that you want to add, and as long as you got some like a magic code or special symbol, you can trigger that rule, and then you can add some like the thing that you already embedded in. Okay, it will be fun. So let me show you. So we already got this filter here. So for example, I got like a 1. Okay, if I enter 1, 1, 2, 3, something like that. Okay, maybe I need to, yeah, we got a 1. So we can filter the 1 here, right? So everything inside, we got a 1, or we got some like 0, something like that. I can also filter it. But what about I want to add some, like hashtag, or as this specific example, this is a spectrum. The spectrum basically is like a classification, and I want this special symbol to be, the and sign. Okay, because I want to connect everything. So the and sign. As long as you get an and sign, you trigger this functionality, and I want a list of things to choose from. Okay, so that's what we are going to do in this video. And in order to achieve this functionality, we need to go way back to date controller, and we're going to add the suggestion functionality in here. So basically all the logic, we have to write it down, but we need another functionality that can be triggered. Okay, so what I'm going to do, maybe before the initialization, let me add a var here. Okay, let me add a var, and that will be our hinted suggestion, or hinted filter suggestion. Okay, hinted filter suggestions. Yeah, that's pretty good. And we got the spectrum here. So spectrum. Where's the spectrum? Let's see. Why this not pop up? So data controller, where's my spectrum? Yeah, maybe I need to input that manually. Spectrum, yeah, spectrum. Yeah, this Xcode faults. Okay, so basically I'm going to get a spectrum like spectrum 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, all that. Different spectrum with different classifications. So maybe it's about coding, it's about financing, it's about all different fields that you store in your brain. So inside of here, I'm going to have a guard of a specific. Right now we already got the filter text of 0. Basically you enter a text, you put it as a filter. Okay, so I'm going to guard a filter text, and we're going to add our special symbol as the start here, so we can dot start with a specific regular expression component. Okay, we're going to say this will be our special symbol, will be and, because I want to connect things, and else. Okay, else, if there's not a special symbol, we just return nothing. So return. Okay, so basically this will give you an option. So if you start with the special symbol that you created, you can have a series of things which we're going to do right now. So first, first is the I believe we previously already got this like the text that we enter, and then we process the text, the spectrum filter predicate trimmed filter text. Okay, I'm going to use the same method. Okay, trimmed filter text. So let's go back above here. Let our trimmed filter text, that will be, let's just filter it, right? So it'll be a string, and we get hold of the filter text, right? Get hold of it, and we add a special symbol at the beginning, so we have to drop it. So drop the first, and then we're going to trim it characters, and we're going to get rid of the white space. Okay, and then we can have a specific request. So let our request equals to, right now we want to get hold of this spectrum, and we're going to get the fetch request. Okay, and we are going to add some logic here. So if it's empty, so if our trimmed filter text is empty, it's not empty. Okay, so if it's not empty, then we can get hold of the request and add that to a predicate using ns predicate, and we can say a specific format, basically it's like SQL code. So format will be a specific string. We can say I think we got this where is it? Filter name. Yeah, filter name, that's good. So we are going to use this filter name and contains result regard of the capitalized or uncapitalized, and then we're going to pass in this trimmed filter text. Okay, and then we can safely return, and we're going to try have our container dot view context. Okay, and we're going to fetch request, and it's request. Yeah, we can just pass in the request. So request, and we can sort this request, and or we can just empty array. Yeah, that should do. No error. That's a good sign. And right now we got hinted filter suggestions, but we need some sort of a container to store all these hinted filter suggestions. So I think at the beginning of the text we got filter text. Okay, so the filter text is more about like generic filter text. So you input text, you got a search, but I also want to add a published bar that can get all these filter suggestions. Okay, so filter suggestions. Okay, so basically filter suggestions will be an array of spectrum. So you got different parts that you want to suggest. So do you want to search for the programming material, or do you want to search for finance material or art material, something like that? So different spectrum, we initialize it, and then we store that into the filter suggestions, and then you can combine that in the combined predicate, so you can search for it. And don't forget, you just got the logic, so you have to get a UI updated as well. So go back to content view here. We got search bar, we got text and data controller filter text. It will be a generic text, but you also like to add token as well. So token will be and we're going to have a binding of data controller dot, and I want is like what's the name, suggested or something like that, filter suggestion or hinted suggestions, filter suggestions or hinted suggestion, binding spectrum. Okay, filter suggestions maybe, I'm not sure. Okay, let me quickly check it. Okay, it's called filter suggestions. Okay, so let's go back to content view, filter suggestions. That's good. That's good. And once I got that, and I can say the suggested suggested do I have a suggested token? Suggested tokens. Yeah, I think it's called tokens. And then suggested tokens. Okay, that's good. And then we have to add another binding, and then I can say binding spectrum. I have to use a spectrum for this, so I'm going to make it a constant, and value of the spectrum, and the constant inside we're going to get hold of our data controller. Access is suggested or hinted filter suggestions, okay, and then we can make it more understandable by enter the filter here, or add sign for hint, okay, dot dot dot. Yeah, that's pretty good. And then we can have a trailing, get a series of spectrum in our, yeah, let me just get a series of text to show this spectrum here. So spectrum, and we can get the let me just use spectrum name to quickly show this. Okay, yeah, that will build, which is a good sign because there's no error. And then we need to add all that to the combined, like compounded predicate, so we can actually search for it. And I think we can add a logic here just before the request. We can use a lot of logic, but I think this provide you with more opportunity, because do you want, as long as you got like one token that are matched, then you can use it. This can give user a lot of choice. Okay, so if our I think it's called the filter suggestions is not empty. Okay, filter suggestions is empty, is false, then we can say let our predicates like hint predicate, okay, hint predicate equals to ns predicate with a format of a string any, as long as it suit. Okay, spectrum, adding spectrums in, and then argument will be our filter suggestions, and after that we can say the hint predicate. Yeah, I think it's predicate. Okay, just append, because we want to add like compounded, and we're going to add this hint predicate to it. Yeah, let's just test around this to see whether it will work or not. Okay, it will spend a little bit of time build. Let's try it out. Okay, let's search for it. I want this special and symbol, and whether we can have a and so for example 1. Strangely, there is no hint, so perform input operation valid, that's keyboard. Okay, so filter suggestions is empty. Maybe it's not filter suggestion. Let me change it for you. Okay, to be honest, it did not work the first time I tried it, and so I'm still like debugging it. But I also found a workaround. Okay, so for example, I got a spectrum, and I got answer filter here at end for hint. Okay, so this is the thing that I want. Okay, if I add end, it can filter all the spectrum 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so if I got a spectrum 4, something like that, I can filter it. So for example, if I'm in here, everything is filter 4, but if 3, nothing, nothing here. So that's what I'm trying to do. Okay, so for example, if I add multiple here, okay, 1 and 4, okay, and I add spectrum 1 and 4, I think I need to modify it. Okay, 1 and 4. Strangely, it should have a 1 here. Crystal 1, yeah. So search for, yeah, strangely search for the content. Okay, so I just yeah, let's go back. I just want to show you how I walk around and how I debug things. So I changed the whole thing to a text field to actually show it here. And before I actually change it to text field, I add a on change of. So I get a data controller and filter text and old value, new value, and so everything is changed. Okay, so if I add a star with the end, I just print a suggestion and get all the hint to the filter suggestion out. So you can see you got this suggestion here. So it's a quick way to debug things. And you get spectrum 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 9. And I know the spectrum is here. And so I sort of use the text field as a workaround, so it will automatically show everything and have a different button, and you can click that button. Okay, rounded corner text field style. It's like a button, then you click it, and you can get choose from the drop-down list and enter the suggestion. I'm still walking around and try to figure out. I think maybe it's iOS, like Apple's own issue. It's not nothing to do with my code, and I'm trying to like borrow a phone so I can test the downgrade version. But I don't think I already like read the documentation of Apple's. I don't think the like the hints way, like the suggestion or that. The syntax is wrong, but I think maybe some of the like conflicts that Apple have. So is yeah, I'm trying to debug this, but we will continue to push forward this project, and yeah, and right now you can use my workaround here. Okay, thanks, bye.